Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Football Appreciation YouTube channel. Now, the Premier League awards of the year are starting to come out. The team of the season came out yesterday, and player and manager of the year come out. Now, I think everyone knew that it would be Ruben Dias and Pep Guardiola, but honestly, I just feel like these are really boring picks. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm not as mad about Ruben Dias, but I think Pep Guardiola is a very weird choice. Uh, they always do this thing every year where they always give it to whoever wins the league, and yeah, that's fine. Pep Guardiola has done a good job this season. They deserve to win the league. You know, based on expected points, they got 83 points, which is three less than their 86 points they got, by the way. But this isn't like some elite Guardiola side. Like when they got 100 points or 98 points, sure. But this is just a decent Premier League team. For context, they've got, what, 8 less points than Antonio Conte's Chelsea side. Man United only finished 12 points behind them in the end. And, like, look, obviously they've been the best attacking side in the league. They've been the best defensive side in the league. Like, just above Chelsea. Like, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve recognition, but this isn't some great Man City team. They lost the FA Cup, they lost the Champions League, and their squad's so expensive. And it just feels like a very boring pick. Like, when you look at this table, and you look at, you know, Leeds finishing top half. You know, they did this with, I know I'm biased, but like Nuno finished 7th in his first season in the Prem and they gave it to Guardiola. Or I think it's Klopp maybe. Leeds finishing 9th is an incredible achievement. West Ham finishing 6th is an incredible achievement. Leicester winning an FA Cup and finishing 5th. Thomas Tuchel coming in mid-season and finishing 4th. It just feels like there's so many better picks. Personally, I'm not sure about Tuchel. I wouldn't have given it to him, but David Moyes to me felt like the more obvious one, or even Bielsa, as much as I dislike him. It just felt like a more obvious pick. And with Player of the Year, look, Ruben Dias has been a great signing. I think everyone can agree with that. You know, he's an amazing defender on the ball. You know, the fact that he's got 7 progressive carries for a centre back, who's what? How tall's Ruben Dias? 6'1". To have that many carries is mental. And he's the perfect Pep Guardiola centre back. I'm not sitting here trying to deny that. But he's not aerially dominant. He's not got like these elite defensive stats. And obviously these aren't possession adjusted, right? Otherwise they'd be higher. He plays in a possession team, so of course they're going to be lower. But I just think there was better picks. Now on Twitter, I've seen a lot of people reply to this saying like Bruno and Kane and Salah was robbed, etc. I agree with the Harry Kane one. Like, personally, I don't think Bruno Fernandes was robbed at all. I think Bruno Fernandes is starting to go a bit overrated now. Like, if you look at his Premier League stats, look, 18 goals, 12 assists, looks incredible. But his non-penalty XG is 7. Like, the amount of penalties and, like, lucky shots this guy's getting in, it will run out eventually. It just will. I'm not saying he's a bad player. If anything, I think he's a better creator than he is goal scorer, which is kind of the opposite of the way people view him. Obviously, you know, he's quite wasteful with his passes. He can't really dribble. He moves the ball up the pitch a bit. And he's a good presser. Like, don't know, I'm not saying Bruno Fernandes is a bad player. Look, he's progressive passer in the top 2% in Europe. He's an amazing creator for me. And he's a really hard worker. But I don't think he's this, like, elite dribbler, finisher kind of guy that everyone puts him as. So I wouldn't have given it to Bruno Fernandes. Plus, there was a clear drop-off in the second half of the season. And whether you think that was him being overplayed or not, who knows, but it is what it is. And with Mo Salah, I think Mo Salah was a fair shout, but I don't think this has been Mo Salah's best year. So I wouldn't have given it to him. Personally, I would have given it to Harry Kane. You know, Tottenham are awful. I don't think people realise how awful Tottenham are. Like, I've spoken about this before, but they're the 11th worst side, I think. 10th worst side based on expected points. And, you know, if you look at their expected goals, where even are Tottenham? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... They're the 11th worst team based on expected goals. They're an awful attacking side. Yet Harry Kane's got 23 goals and 14 assists. Yes, he scored a few penalties, but he's still at 17 goals. And he's playing in an awful Tottenham side. Everything he's hit's gone in. I acknowledge that. Like, he has overperformed his XG a little bit. But he's not playing in a good side. He's a very good passer. He's a good defender. Everything he's hit's got in. He's playing. I just personally value someone having a great season in an awful side than a £60 million signing doing well in an already established side. That's just me though. Let me know what you think though. Would you give it to Ruben Dias or Pep Guardiola? Personally, I wouldn't. I would have given it to Harry Kane and probably David Moyes. But Let me know what you think. Subscribe. Comment below who you'd have given it for, Guardiola or Ruben Diaz, or would you give it to someone else? Subscribe. Peace.